morning. It's Veterans Day. What a beautiful day this is today. Speaking of veterans, thank you to my grandfathers, my father, my uncles, my brother, my sons, my daughters, who all served in the armed forces, and love them all. So grateful that we have the privileges that we have in this country, such as making concrete creations. So I went thrifting last week and I bought this cake pan at the Goodwill. It was $2, and of course, no, I wasn't thinking cakes. Don't do cakes much anymore, although I do have an order for December. But no, I'm thinking, oh my gosh, wouldn't that make such a cute bunny yard ornament? So I came home and began experimenting. This particular bunny I made with the mold, and I used cement all. And I actually let both sides get hard, and then I cemented it together. Didn't really like this look. So this is going to be a nice doorstop for my little workshop here. But just to let you know, this one made with cement all, or if it were made with regular Quickcrete, this weighs almost 10 pounds. So pretty heavy. This one, much lighter. It's only just 5 pounds, just a hair and a hair. Get it? Grab it. I didn't do that on purpose. No, just caught myself. It was just a little under 5 pounds. So, and what did I make this one with? And this is the way I'm going to create these now, and I am going to make a few of these. I see them either just sealed and left plain, because this is very pretty, or I will also, some of these, I will paint in some pretty bright colors like I do my chickens. So I think they'll be pretty cute for Easter time. So what did I make those with? I used perlite, sand, cement, and water. That's it. It's the same recipe I used to make my big concrete chickens out of. Same recipe, because it makes them, woohoo, way lighter than when I first started making them out of actual just sand and Portland cement. Those were pretty heavy. So let me give you the recipe to this, but first I want to show you, I buy my bag of perlite, this huge bag. I get it at the, I can't remember if I got that one at Lowe's or at Home Depot. Actually, I think I got that one at AMP Nursery here in Mesa. That's where I found that one. So I get the big bags of perlite because I do use that quite a bit. I also will buy the big bags of vermiculite. The vermiculite is great in your hypertufa creations. Let me get that sun out of there. It makes these really pretty little flecks in your hypertufa pots or pumpkins, things like that. So I do like to keep perlite and vermiculite on hand. They're both very lightweight agates to be able to put with the Portland cement to make some pretty fun creations. So again, like I told you before in one of my earlier videos, I am trying to get a little more precise in my measurements that I give all of you. Like cooking, I usually just make it all happen and it works out. But I do want to be more consistent in my productions, and so I've got measurements for this bunny mold. I'm using 1 part Portland cement, and in this case, 4 cups. And then I'm using 2 parts perlite. So about 8 cups. And then I'm using 1 part sand. So just regular playground sand or whatever sand you have. I don't sift it. For some of my creations I do sift it. I want it finer, but for this it's not necessary to sift it. And then water, around 4 cups of water. So 1 part water. Okay, and I will put that all in the description so you'll be able to see it. And I've already got it mixed up. And I'm going to actually pack it into my bunny molds that I am going to spray with kitchen spray. if you were going to use a metal pan for a cement project, you're going to have a hard time getting it out of there. Just a straight-sided metal pan, super tricky. But because this one has some slope to it, it released really nicely. So I can recommend doing this. So I'm just going to pack my mold with my cement. So the consistency on this cement mix, you want it to look something like this. Still soft. That way it's going to flow into the shapes of the bunny mold and be a nice finish for you. So I've gone ahead and filled the little molds. I'm taking a little time to go around and just clean up some of the edges, so when I'm ready to put it together, it'll go together. So what I'm going to do here, they're in two separate pans, and if I were to try to put those together now, it'd be an awful mess. So I'm going to watch them, and when they get firm enough that I can put those two pans together without the cement sloshing out, then that's when I'm going to put these two cake pan halves together, and I'm going to give it a nice little shake and make sure that the cement inside is all together. And then the downside to using this recipe is this will not be ready to unmold until tomorrow. Patience. I have a problem with that. Using the Cementol, no patience. It was ready to go in a couple of hours. But I like this one better. I like the finish on this one better. So I have to keep that in my head. This is what you're going for, Venna. So patience. So that's what we're going to do. All right. So I'll get back with you and we'll finish this project up. Okay. Okay, so now it's pretty set. It's not going to slosh around, see, like that. But it's still quite wet. In fact, you'll see water dripping out of it. So that's kind of what you're looking for. I'm cleaning off the edges because we don't want any grit to keep this little mold from going together. So I'm just cleaning, making sure I don't have any of those large pieces of perlite in the groove. And then I'm just going to fit this together like it's meant to, and quickly, woo, put it together, like so. Okay, and then we just wait for it to set. So tomorrow we'll take it apart and see what happens. So to finish these little bunnies up, right there it is. When they come out of the little mold, you know, and it's got a seam on it. And so I just take the papercrete and fill in that seam and smooth it all out. And I've got these really great little bunnies. This one, I'm going to, because this is the heaviest one, so I'm not going to sell this one. This is going to be my doorstop to my shop. So I can play around with this one. I'm going to decoupage this one. Okay, so let's see how that turns out. The napkins that I put on here for decoupage, they'll have a nice bright pop of color because the bunny will be white and the background of the napkins are white. So that's what we're going to do first. So I'm just using decorative party napkins that I got at the Dollar Tree. I'm going to take the backing off. Sometimes these are 2 or 3 layers thick. This one's only 2. And then I'm just going to decoupage. And so my little bunny's going to have this kind of... Gone ahead and painted them all white. And I'm using the Mod Podge. You can also just use white glue. I'm getting a nice little coat here. taken me a few shots to get this finished. Been a busy week. So here's the bunny. Right now, this bunny is serving as the doorstop for my workshop here. And I'm just super excited to have this cute little thing sitting here for everyone to see as they come visit me. So I hope you've liked this tutorial and found it useful. I know for you to go out and find a cake pan, you know, like I did, you may not be able to. However, remember these tutorials aren't just to show you how to make the specific craziness of the day that I might be doing, but hopefully they're inspiring you. And this one could be maybe inspiring to think outside the box when it comes to creating, right? Be out there in the world. Go to the thrift stores. Go to flea markets. You know, go to that rummage sale down the road. You never know what you might find that's going to help you create something that you never knew you needed. Like a blue bunny doorstop. Happy Thanksgiving. Yeah, it took me all the way from Veterans Day to Thanksgiving to complete this little guy. So, been a busy month. Have a great day. Thanks for viewing. Thank you for your comments. And I hope that you will all feel inspired and motivated to go out and find the creations inside yourselves.